All right, welcome back, guys. Back on Tesla today. Looks like we're getting a sell off here. Checking out this volume, it's moving a lot on. It's moving a lot on small spreads. Um, I'm sorry, it's moving a lot on low volume. The spread is getting bigger on low volumes. They had that Cyber Rodeo Gigafactory
Your
opening
order to buy 2 contracts of TSLA $1,040 put 4/8 was canceled.
last night, and it was underwhelming. I watched the thing, and it was like, this was underwhelming. I guess they expect him
Your
to.
order to buy 2 contracts of TSLA $1,040 put 4/8 executed.
All right, I'm in here for some puts. I guess they expected him to announce new products and things like that. He did not. So, um, that was the main catalyst for the stock this week. And it kind of underwhelmed, to be honest. So, I think we're going to see a lot of bearish pressure coming in here. I'm looking to see this spread expand, um, this volume pick up, and the spread expand to the downside. Um, These are weekly options, so I'm looking for a quick move today, or I'm gonna lose my shorts. Moving against me a little bit right here. Uh, let's see. This line here is where I bought, and I'm looking for a confirmation of a dip below this. See if we can use some VSA to get in and out of this here. You guys see I have on balance volume here. It's a really good indicator to help you visualize volume. Also, I have it as a step line on my chart, so it steps up or down based on what the close was, volume. And then I have a 5 period moving average. On down moves, I want to see this moving average be declining, and for this to be falling underneath it, unable to catch up.
Downward trend. Your TSLA $1,040 4/8 puts have lost more than 20% since you've opened them.
So this is kind of taking a hit here, but I believe that it's going to try to, looking at it now, it might try to close the gap. I don't even think it's going to get up there, though. But this is what we're looking at here. I think this is going to be a sell day for sure. Look at this volume here. Just comparing volume bars, guys. That's all we're going to do. And we're going to look at price action and see what we're being told right now. So this has about 41 seconds left in this bar. You had about equal buying pressure. Looks like a little bit more. Spread is a little bit more, but you have a wick to the up and the downside. So there's participation by both sides here. That's how you get large volume. Remember that. You have to have the bears and the bulls participating, aggressively buying and aggressively selling. Well, I take that back. Let me clarify. Limit orders don't move the market. So when you say I'm going to buy when it gets right here, and you put your order here, say you're a buyer, and you say I want to buy here if price gets above this wick, and you put a limit order here. Price has
Bollinger Bands percent B20 close 2 less than horizontal ray on YMM 2022-15.
Price has to trade up through your order. Okay. So there already has to be some initiative to get price up there. So the buyers are going to be selling, or I'm sorry, the buyers are going to be buying aggressively until they get to your order, and then they're going to aggressively, you're going to aggressively buy when you get here, but you don't move the market with your limit order. Okay. And this wouldn't be a limit up here. This would be a stop. My bad. I was thinking of the other direction. So, but anyway, limit orders don't move the market. Stop orders do, because when you trigger a stop, that turns into a market order. If it's a stop loss, you're stopping your loss. You're getting out of the trade, and you're triggering a market order. That's gonna buy at the next available price to get you out, because you want to get out as soon as you can. When you have a limit order, you're saying, I will take this price and only this price. So your orders are resting in the market. Those orders don't move the market. Okay. It's the stop and market orders that move the market, because that's the aggression that's saying, I want to get in this market or get out of this market right now at the next available price. All right. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for market orders, and you're looking for market participation. So I'm going to watch this a little bit longer here. I like to see this spread getting shorter, and then I want to see it drop and then expand to the downside as volume picks up. So that's what we're looking to see here. But I'm in profit right now. It's a little bit of pain. I'm in minus about $700 right now.
Downward trend. The Baba $115 429 call on your watch list has lost more than 20% since you've added it.
Well, luckily that's only on the watch list, huh? Baba's moving up nicely today. I had some Baba calls this morning. Got out at a small profit, but it looks like it's moving some more here. But the market's definitely under pressure, though, and selling off. I don't think Tesla can keep up, especially after, I mean, there's nothing to look forward to now but earnings, and it's already a little high. It's a little frothy right now in price. So I think we're going to see a sell off and going to see a dump. Maybe we'll get to that 1015 today that I was targeting yesterday and only got to 1021. If you guys watched that video, maybe we'll get to this area down here, and this will be my take profit here. Call my red line here. All right, so let's see how this plays out. Just using price action and volume, okay? So you got some interesting forming here. You got a lot of volume coming in, but this candle's not looking too healthy. This is a doji candle. You got sellers on the top. Sellers on the top of this candle. It's got about a minute left, so it could fill out, but it doesn't look like it wants to reach up there. Okay, and it's being rejected around the same area that this wick is formed here. You guys see that? So definitely some selling pressure coming in. Um, we're going to check back here in a little bit. I don't want to make this video super long, but I'll try to at least get my exit on the trade. When I'm going to exit, I'll show you where I'm out at and what I'm thinking. Okay, we just got a break here.
Downward trend. The Baba $115 420. Tesla Inc. TSLA NASDAQ.
Okay, we're back here. We are getting increase in spread. You have some long legged dojis here too. Look at all these. Look at this doji. It's damn near 3 times the body of this candle. I mean, I'd call it pretty low volume here. And then you have this down here. It looks like it's filling out on lower volume. So if this continues down, there we go. If this continues down, though, we have a potential to um, have a very big spread on medium volume. It looks like the bulls are or the bulls are kind of stepping to the side here, letting this go down, get a better price. So, but they did overcome the bulls here. The bears did overcome the bulls here because they tried to aggressively push, and the bears are like, nah, not interested in that. You can keep buying, but we're gonna keep selling. Like, we want to get out of this. So I think that that event last night was very underwhelming, and it was like a party and less to do with the health of the company. The thing about Elon Musk for me, and this is just my opinion, so you can fast forward this, but um, he's a genius, obviously. Um, he's a likable guy. He has Asperger's syndrome, so he's a little awkward. But I don't think anyone in history is a genius and not awkward. It's like you have to have something kind of wrong, something kind of off about you to be able to focus on the big problems, and make an impact like he does. Like, look at all the geniuses that we know about, and they're all kind of awkward. They all have personality quirks and things like that. So he's a good CEO and a visionary, but I think people put too much. I want to say weight on his shoulders. Like he's definitely my favorite billionaire, but he's there's only so much he can do, and I think sometimes he misses cues. Like, he misses what people really want from him, and he just focuses on what he wants to give them. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe I'm just rambling, but um, long term Tesla. I mean, I would love for this to be the stock that I hold into the future. By the future, I mean, like, as I get older into my 40s and 50s, because it's only going to grow and it's only going to become more valuable. But today, we're short term bearish on it. So let's see where we are with profits so far here. Okay, so right now we're plus 200. Well, it was 290. Now it looks like 250 on this right now. Let's just bring it up here and show you guys. That's what it's flashing right now. Expand that a little bit. It's probably more now. So that's where we're at right now. I got two Tesla puts for 1040. I love Friday because weekly options are really cheap. You can buy a bunch of them, get a nice pop, and it'll make up for your whole week. The only problem is they do decay really fast, so you gotta take a scalping mentality. You don't have all day to figure out where price is gonna go. So look at this huge spread, and the volume for the last three candles was not. I mean, it hasn't really changed. You see that? So we want to see volume increasing when as we're moving in the direction that we're trading, right? We want to see volume going up. So I want to see the spread more than this to justify this energy. Otherwise, what you realize is that this spread is big, and yeah, they're moving price down, but if you don't see the volume, you probably just have lack of participation by the buyers. So they've temporarily stood aside and they've said, okay, just let them, let the bears do what they want to do. I'm still a buyer and I want to buy more, but if they're going to give me a lower price, I'll take it. So you have this spread that's all selling spread. A candle opens at its low, opens at its high, closes at its low. That's just selling all the way straight through the bar. What I want to see is I want to see some kind of wick. I want to see some kind of rejection. I want to see the buyers trying to defend, but not being able to. So this I want to see. This I want to see. Most people in a trade and they're looking at this and like, oh no, it's trying to reverse. Well, it's always trying to reverse, guys. It's all markets are always trying to reverse. Whether it's bull or bear, there's always someone thinking, this is a good place to sell. Oh, this is a good place to buy. So this is always happening. I want to see this happen, and I want to see the side that I'm playing with, the dominant side that I'm on. I want to see them take back over and go, yeah, that was cute what you just did. Bloop. Let's take it down some more. All right, so we're at 10:30 right now. I'm gonna pause this, and I'll come back if I get out of the trade or we've got some more stuff unfolding here. Let's just let this bar play out, see how it looks, and I'll be back. All right, we're back here. This candle's got about a minute left. This is my latest screenshot of P&L on this trade right here. It's probably a little more as it's coming down. So you had aggressive buying, pushed it up, and toward the end of the candle, the sellers are coming in. So you could say that this volume is mainly buy volume. This is what the buyers were able to produce. Okay. And this is the spread they were able to get with that. So small volume, small spread. Okay. But this is because of a lack of participation by the sellers. You have them participating in this wick, but not really the body. So let's see how this closes, and let's see how if the bears take over in the next candle.
It's 9 o'clock am. Bollinger Bands percent beat 20, close, 2 less than horizontal ray on ESM 2022-15.
Low volume. Okay. Bulls were able to stop the bearish momentum on low volume. I don't like that, but um, the bullish volume was, it's less than half of this volume here. So let's just, see what happens. The market is selling off as a whole. You always want the S&P to be moving in the direction that you're trading. It doesn't really matter what stock it is because the S&P, it's only, it's the top 500. It's got its own basket, but it's such a big index and such a big benchmark. Like when you hear people talk about the health of the U.S. stock market on TV, they'll mention the Dow and the Nasdaq, but they're going to be focused on the S&P because it's the most balanced. It's the biggest companies. They have their hands in the most industries, and that's what they're going to be looking for. So you want the S&P to be moving in the direction that you're trading in also because it's going to give you a little more confidence because a stock can be up, it can be heavy, up heavily on the day, and the S&P will pull it down. So it's not the tail that moves the dog, it's the dog that moves the tail. So the S&P is the dog and the little stocks are the tail. If that makes any sense at all. So we got another breakdown here. So I like to see this. I like to see it trading below this low here. Okay. We're up about 600 in this trade right now, roughly. They're really defending this level though, because below here are the lows of yesterday. And yesterday we got to 1021. So the bulls really don't want to see a trip.
Money bag your TSLA $1,040 4/8 puts are now in the money.
They don't really want to see a trip down to the lows of yesterday because they know when they get down there, they got potential to go much lower. So the low of yesterday was about here. I'm in the red right now on these, and this is the thing about weekly options. They're going to decay very fast. You're going to get theta decay very quickly because they literally expire at the end of the day on a Friday. But you are going to get the delta is going to increase faster. So the amount of shares that this option acts as is going to increase faster if you move down, if you moves in your direction, because um, there's no more time left. So if you've got an option that's 100 shares and it's got a 50 delta, toward the end of the day, that's going to move closer and closer to 100. So as you move through prices in your direction, you're going to get closer and closer to having 100 share, have it act like 100 shares, because at the end of the day, you can trade it in for 100 shares. Does that make sense? I have an option video. It's not that in depth. I'm thinking about doing an option course because I started trading options because I didn't have a lot of money. And, they're really great for leverage and you can build your account fast. But obviously, if you don't know what you're doing, you can blow it up pretty fast too. So, double edged sword. But let's check out what's going on with volume. Larger volume than these two. The spread's not really giving you what you want to see, though. 22 seconds left. It could definitely pop up here and fill this out, make it more convincing. But what you've had now is participation from both sides to create this volume. And the bears have been a little bit stronger, it looks like. So this is a big green bar here, and this is a big green or a green candle. But you don't really have the spread that you would expect out of this candle to the upside. So we'll pause and I'll be back. All right, we're back here briefly. This is where I'm at right now in this. Um, I'm seeing what I want to see, except I don't see volume increasing. Like, I need the bears to put in a larger volume bar on a larger spread. Like, I really want to see that. Because right now we just have chop. This is just chop. It might look like it's going in my direction and everything's good, but this is choppy. I want to see a decisive move. I want to see a decisive break, big spread, big volume come in, lots of stops hit. I just want to see one side just give up and get us back, get us down to 21. Okay, that's what I want to see here, but I'm not getting that. So, yeah, I would like to take this profit, but I'd also like a little bit more. So let's see what happens. All right, so we're back. Okay, so this candle was able to close green. But think about this. Is this really a green candle? It was red all the way down here until the last minute, and then the buyers came in and pushed it back up. And because it closed green, this volume is green. But is this really green volume? Would you count all the volume that went in here as buying volume? You wouldn't do that. But even if you did, that's weak ass spread on this large buying volume, right? So they're still weak no matter how you look at it. So just be careful of seeing green candles and thinking, oh, it moved up. Yeah, it moved up, but is this if this is the side you're on? Do you really want to see this amount of effort put in for this amount of result? No. You want to see something more like this. You want to see little effort, big spread. And you've already come back and taken out a big portion of this. So I want to see this break this low and continue down. I think once it does, it'll hit some stops because everyone that bought this bar is going to be in trouble. And then we'll see some movement to the downside, hopefully, and then I can start thinking about taking some profits here. See, now if buying comes in here, you have aggressive buying and you also have aggressive selling. If that comes in at the low of this candle, it's going to push volume up. It's going to push this volume up to be more than this volume. But you can see this is bearish volume here. It's at the lows, or close to the lows, and this is the volume that they put in. So in order to get a big volume bar, you need bullish participation down here. You want to see the bulls come in. You want to see them try to defend this area and be unsuccessful. Okay? So If they don't, though, you're going to get small spread, small volume, or big spread, small volume, and it's going to be mostly bearish volume. So I want to see this maybe push up to the middle and then the bears slam it back down, because that shows you that buyers were interested here. They wanted to buy, but the strength of the bears was too much. It was too much for them. They were overwhelmed and they couldn't continue. I'm up about 522 right now. There. Okay. Here we go. Looks like we're breaking.
Tesla breaking the low.
There we go. We just broke the low of the day. Back to 800 in profit here. Okay, so we tried to push up. We revisited this low and we broke it. Okay, the market companies were going green. They started going red again. Closing off its low. You guys see that? That's aggressive buying coming in at the end of this candle. Let's see what they can do. Let's readjust this to the low again so we know when it breaks. You see how you have the POC here. It's shifted down. This is the most traded price. Obviously, the last bars have been all around this price. And it's sell volume, obviously, because it's below this price. If it were buy volume, this line here, you would have buys coming in here at the most traded price of the day, and you would have price being pushed up. But it's sell volume right now. The market's not in a heavy downtrend. It's kind of just drifting down. Um, it's not, there's the selling's not intense, but the buying is less. So, I think they're trying to feel out where the market wants to go today. It's still pretty early. It could reverse at noon like it did yesterday, but I want to see this. I want to see Tesla dump to at least the low of yesterday and potentially to that 1015. But if we get over 1,000 in profit, we'll call it a quick scalp and get out. We're at about 400 right now. See you guys in a second.
Tesla breaking the low.
All right, we're coming back because I'm getting ready to take some profits like I told you I would. I'm just going to sell one here. Okay. And then we have another one here.
Your order to sell one contract of TSLA $1,040, put 4/8 executed.
This next contract is worth about 560 right now. We're going to go ahead and get out of it too. So worth about 528 right now. Just needed to pop back down here and take us out. I'd like to see this volume increase too, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to be out of the trade, so it doesn't really matter. There we go. I should get filled here. almost to the low of yesterday. Almost. It's kind of backing off though. Let me replace this order here.
Your order to sell one contract of TSLA $1,040 put 4/8 was canceled.
I don't like what the ticks are doing. Let's get out of this.
Your order to sell one contract of TSLA $1,040 put 4/8 executed.
All right. So we're out of that. We're out of that trade. Um, let's see here. Uh, this candle's closing off its low with higher volume. That means you had buyer participation down here. Okay. I still think it's going to run back down here. Uh, but you have the overall market looking like it's trying to turn around here, at least briefly. Got some buying pressure coming in. So I didn't want to give up those gains. I got out. I sold the first one for about 550. I sold the second one for about 380. So over $900 profit. You saw me do it live. You saw um, my thought process behind it all. And like I said, it's all volume spread analysis. This is drifting. It's kind of drifting down. Look, volume's decreasing as it goes down. It's kind of drifting down. But once again, I say it all the time. You don't have to turn into a seller. You don't have to short sell a market for it to go down. You can just stop buying. If people stop buying because they're no longer interested in higher prices, it'll drift down on its own as people try to get out. And people that bought lower try to take profits because they realize, hey, I'm not going to get a higher price. Let me go ahead and get out of here. So I don't think you see a ton of short selling going on. I think people have largely given up shorting Tesla um, because you're not seeing the big bounces at the end of the day, which would be shorts covering. You just kind of see it. If it drifts down to an area, it'll rally midday, and then it'll come to an area, and then that area it'll kind of stay there, and then it'll gap down the next day, and that's what happened here. Rallied midday, gap down. It happened the other day also. I think it was Tuesday. Let's blow this up. Gap down here. Didn't really rally at the end of this day though. What day was that happened on? Um, Maybe I'm thinking of Shopify. But all right, this video is already long enough. Thanks for watching, guys. I have enough videos on my channel to prove that I do trade my own money, but sometimes you have to show people also. So I'm all about the show and tell. Show me, tell me what you do, show me how you do it, tell me how to think. Tell me how to think about how to think. That's really what it is. Don't tell me how to think because I don't think like you, but tell me how you would think, and then I could take little bits and pieces from what you do and create a system from it. So um, thanks for watching. You could like this video. I really appreciate it. I'm going to make a video today about OBV. Um, an indicator that I use a lot, and why I use the step line and why I use the smoothing moving average on it. Okay, so look out for that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, thanks. Peace.